This is My Québec City, your stories. Oftentimes you'll talk to a newcomer and say, "Hey, how's it going?" And they'll say, "Well, I'm finding my French." Always enriching, but not always easy. In this episode, we talk to Sarah, who's originally from Ontario. So Sarah, what's your story?
I'm originally from Toronto, and I arrived in Quebec City about 3 months ago.
The cool thing is you actually already have experience living and working in French in Quebec, but that was a while ago.
Yes, so I actually had a government B-level French, which means I was bilingual, but I haven't used my French in about 10 years. I lost it, basically. My ear for it, for sure, so especially with the Francophone accent and some unique words. I do have a strong base, which gives me an advantage. I've noticed in the past 3 months, it's already improving.
You also have a Québécois husband. When you were living outside of Quebec, did you speak French together at home?
We didn't speak French a lot, actually, which I think we should have. But coming home from long days at work, we would both be tired. And we were living in English Canada, and he was working in English all the time. And so we were used to just speaking English. And so it was just a default for us to always speak English. And so we made an agreement that, like, when we come to Quebec, we're going to speak French. Because now we're in a Francophone community, there's no excuse. And I want to learn. And so he does speak French with me now, but we don't speak French all day because we need breaks. Like, it's exhausting. And he speaks fast, and he doesn't know really the rules of grammar because it's his own language. He doesn't know why, he just knows how it's supposed to sound and what we're supposed to say, which is normal for any language, I think, like any native speaker of their language. So he doesn't help me with grammar or anything. I'll say, why is it like that? And he doesn't have a reason. But what the biggest advantage is that I can speak to him anytime I want in French. Like, I don't have to go out and look for Francophone friends, for example. He's right there.
Yeah, it's so handy. So what do you think is the most difficult part about learning French?
For me, most difficult is just the vocabulary and the speed at which people speak. When I'm in French class, the teacher's speaking very clearly and very slowly, and I can understand because she's pronouncing everything. But in the real world, people are just talking really quickly. So for myself, sometimes I find I'm trying to understand every word that people are saying, and you can't do that. You kind of have to try and just understand the generality of what they're saying if they're speaking very fast, so that you can at least respond and know a little bit what they're talking about. And there have been instances where I had no idea what people were saying and I responded like incorrectly, and it ended up being funny, but that's happened a few times.
So when you're saying stuff, what do you like to say? What is a favorite French expression, word, anything of yours?
So many things I like to say, but it's a swear. I like that. Oh, you know what? No. Okay, so my favorite word is raquette, because it's a word that I learned from my physiotherapist. And it's a Québécois Francophone way of saying tendu, which means like stiff, like to have stiff muscles. And I actually heard the word tendu on the radio too, so it can also mean like tension, not just in the body, but say in a political sense. Then I was at the gym, and the madame who works at the gym used the word raquette. And at first I thought she was talking about snowshoeing because we were talking about cross-country skiing. But then I realized she was talking about muscle stiffness. And so that's my favorite word, because it's a word that I learned, and then it came up again in another context, and it solidified my learning of that word.
So the plan is for Quebec City to be it for you, which suits not only you, but your Québécois and also Quebec City specifically experienced husband.
Yeah, he's from Saint-Jérôme, which is the banlieue of Montreal, and he grew up there, and then he moved to Quebec City for university, and he was here for 10 years with various studies and working in the city, and he loved his life here, and he always wanted to come back. So the fact that we're back here now is such a big deal, and we both want to retire here. Like, we want to be here forever.